10 years ago, Scott Gilmore returned to New Zealand after making his fortune in the IT industry. Rather than hoard his wealth, though, Scott decided he'd use it on a decade-long social experiment, helping a group of young children further their education. At the time, the stats said that only 3 of the 53 students he planned to help would get through to university. And Scott wanted to prove those statistics wrong. This is a story about someone who gave a damn and the kids whose lives have changed because of it. In just 2 weeks, a group of around 30 young adults will graduate from high school. There's Mosa and Anna, Kinesi and Salote and Jade. They're among a group of kids who are a bit special because the stats say they shouldn't be here.
It wasn't easy. It was a hard journey growing up in the area. There was a gang around the corner. There was bad influence everywhere. You know, the only thing we could share is the experience and the knowledge that we've gained over the years of this program.
The program he's talking about started 10 years ago, investing in them and what they had to offer.
I think the outcome for me personally, I would have been on the streets. I grew up in extended family being gang affiliated, and a lot of things that they did really persuaded me to take that path until 2003 when this program came in, and it was open your eyes, you know, you've got better things in the future waiting for you.
It was Scott Gilmore who started the I Have a Dream Trust. He'd made good money in a career in the USA and had returned home intending to share that success.
On the positive, you've got kids that are staying in school, that are working hard, achieving an education, going on either to good careers or post-secondary education. And on the negative, they're not joining the gang, they're not dropping out of schools, they're not getting pregnant, they're not becoming a welfare dependent.
So that's the computer lab.
He paid for computers.
And what are you doing here, guys? Research. And what don't you do in here? No games. No games, that's right.
He paid for tuition, and now he's paying for the tertiary education of these children. He did so because he saw that opportunity isn't shared equally.
I guess I was lucky enough to have parents who A, expected me to go to university, B, could have paid for it if they needed to, but they didn't need to back then because it was free, and C, gave me a lot of wonderful resources that many other families don't have.
We first met these people when they were just 11. Campbell Live reporter Claire Sylvester interviewed them about their future education.
Scott says that he will pay for your university education if you want to go to university. Would you like to do that?
I would like to do it because not only I'm lucky it's my mum and my dad.
I knew that I wanted to be something big and something good, and I knew that I wanted to finish school. Like, I did have ambitions and dreams. Yeah, I think because it starts from my parents, which they had big dreams for me too.
After a decade, those dreams are a reality.
Either a certificate or Bachelor in Visual Arts and Design.
Probably move on to doing a Bachelor in Social Work.
I'm going down to Otago University. I'm doing a health science program.
Bachelor of Arts majoring in psychology.
I've applied for Communication Studies and Bachelor of Education.
Of the 53 children who started 10 years ago, 13 of them now live in Australia. But of the 40 left, 34 are finishing high school this year, and around 30 are going on to some form of tertiary education.
Having that feeling like you've passed, you can't go to uni, you're the first in your family, like that's such a good feeling. Like
we proved the stats wrong because they did say that only a few of us out of 53 could make it.
That's where Scott's money has gone. It bought this building, it allowed for after-school work, paid for guidance from mentors and help from tutors, and offered personal support when times got tough.
I come here because I consider everyone here my family. Like, I even call Coach my dad. Like, people are like, "Who's that man?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my white dad."
That white dad is Anthony Backhouse. He's been here since the start.
Okay, I'll practice your first 4. Up to there.
I'm gonna get it wrong.
See how you're going. Ready? Whether we got every single one of them into a university degree or what, it's not really that important, you know. The important thing is that they're still moving towards something, you know, that they're not on the streets, that they're not sort of, you know, in gangs, that they're not filling up benefits or filling up our jails, that they're actually on a journey. Yeah.
It's easy to talk of aggregates and outcomes, but we're talking about human lives here. And that's been the joy for me and for all of our volunteers of being involved with this program. Seeing these kids having the opportunity to evolve and grab their skills and really exploit them, and to see the joy that brings to their families, it's immeasurable, that impact.
Scott had seen a need and acted, and what a difference it's made.
I found the program definitely amazing. It's really touched me that someone is willing to offer me a scholarship for 4 years to study a degree of my choice, you know.
Often we get asked the question, you know, well, how much does it cost, you know? Well, you know, and I guess my question, you know, is how much does it cost our country not to do it?
For every kid that goes to jail is $100,000 a year. Well, we only spend $200,000 a year keeping 53 kids out of jail. So you do the maths.
What this has proven is with upfront investment, a future of benefits and welfare dependency doesn't have to be an option.
If we took those 4,000 kids that sort of Paula Bennett identified, you put them on a program like ours over their lifetime to make sure they don't enter benefits before the age of 18. Instead of costing our country $1 billion, we actually invest $2 billion back into our country just by having them in jobs on median wages, paying taxes back into our system. So, of course, it's a no-brainer really, but it's just who's going to do it? Who's going to lead the charge on it?
At a time when youth unemployment is running at 25% and when the government is so keen to crack down on welfare dependency, here is a group of young people bucking the trend.
I see a bright future for me, actually.
All because someone was willing to invest in them. Just imagine what sort of positive impact that could have down the track.